Alun Kidderminster way. We beat them at home last time, but we're going into this game needing to bounce back from these last two matches.
Yeah, we haven't been anywhere near what we normally have been in the last two games. The intensity hasn't been there, the work rate, we haven't matched any of the previous 2 months' workload. So I put that to the lads. Why? No one knows. It's just one of them things in football. You just think you're there, but you're not. And I've become a little bit complacent. Maybe it's that, but I think we've been outworked in both games and we haven't matched the opposition. And that's our big 40 is that we outwork the opposition eventually, and then the quality tells.
Yeah. Dropped out of the playoffs slightly, but the prize of a playoff place is still there, isn't it? There's so many clubs that's battling for all these places. Yeah,
it's going to be like this till the end of the season, all the way through. You've got to get yourself in a little run and just keep going on it. It'll change constantly, week in, week out. We've just got to stay on the coattails of them and see where it takes us. But this is going to be a difficult task. Kidderminster away from home. It's a long journey for the lads, but hopefully it's a decent pitch and we can play a decent game of football.
Yeah. And we have to bear in mind as well, of course, that Kidderminster had a great result last week against Kings Lynn, didn't they? But having said that, they're not too clever at home.
Yeah, Kings a fantastic result for them. We at Kings Lynn, I think that's Kings Lynn's first loss in over 14 months at home. So great result for them, and they'll be looking to build on that. But at home they're not so good. The form's not great, and hopefully we can pick up on that and make sure that we put in a performance that we know we're capable of.
Yeah. Taking that Chester game aside, our away form itself hasn't been too bad in recent weeks, has it? I mean, for example, before Chester, it was Guiseley away, and we did really well away from home down there.
Yeah, I think a few people got a little bit hung up on the away performances, but I've said to you before that if you add the cup games into it, that's 5 cup games away from home that were unbeaten, 1-3, drew 2. You add all them together, it's not as bad as what people think it is. The league is not great, yes. Maybe the start of the season wasn't great away from home, but more recent we've put in really good performances and got good results against York and against Guiseley. Put in half a performance against Spennymoor in the first half, second half not so good, but Chester nowhere near, and then obviously at home on Saturday it was really poor. So it evens itself out over the season, to be honest with you. But we know that last 2 games haven't been anywhere near good enough. The lads know that. Every place is up for grabs now. Everyone's after the shirt now, so they've got to prove a point to try and get themselves back in the team.
Yeah, last Saturday was disappointing, and I'm sure that you told the lads in no uncertain terms after the game.
Wasn't just me. I let them have a little word with themselves. Them knew we weren't happy. They knew we weren't happy at half time. I mean, full time, and the second half, I think it hinged on that penalty decision. I think because we were on top at that time, and Cams was ready to come on, and the referee gives a penalty decision, and I think if we'd got Cams on before that, or if the penalty decision, I thought wasn't a foul. I thought it was a free kick going the other way, to be honest with you. And I think Cams could have come on and changed the game, as that was the plan all along.
2 away games in a row though. Kidderminster Saturday and then Boston away on Tuesday. You'd be hoping to avoid defeat in both of those games and maybe win one of them. Yeah,
people keep saying like avoid defeat in the games, but you just want to win the games. You win your first one and then you look at the second one. Anything after that's a bonus. But we've got to go to Kidderminster and try and pick up all 3 points and keep in this little race that way. And there's a glut of teams involved in it. And if we want to be part of that till the end of the season, we've got to win these games, and it's going to be difficult because Kidderminster probably in a false position. We know they're a good side. They've changed their manager a couple of times, which disrupts everything. But they've got people there that play good football. I think you've seen them in the second half at our place that they can play good football. So we overpowered them in the first half, and we've got to do the same again when we go there.